Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. So today's technique for 7th kyu, blue belt with a stripe, we begin doing kick and punch combinations. Now from white belt up, we've already been sort of doing that. But with the white belts, I just say throw a kick, throw a punch, move up and down the floor, stand in place, throw a kick, stand in place. Now we're putting combinations together, and at this level, of course, I expect them to know the right from the left, a Mae Geri from a Gyaku Geri, a front kick from a side kick, a front punch from a reverse punch, which side of the body they're striking with. Is it a jab or a cross? Is it a stepping punch, which would be the front punch? Is it a jab in place, which would just be a jab, not a front punch, to distinguish? Is it a cross or a reverse punch? So they know a little bit more, and then we put this into set combinations for practice, not just in the standard karate style, moving military down dojo, but also more of a free kumite, a little bit looser in the knees, a little bit more free movement with the feet. Hands are alive as we take the technique. So the first two techniques at this level for blue belt with a stripe in my dojo, but 7th kyu, regardless of what belt you assign to it, is the front kick, front punch, and the front kick with the reverse punch. Now the idea of these is to learn to close the gap. In modern kumite and modern karate, as it evolved from Okinawa to Japan, Japan already had a throwing art. Korea already had the kicking art. There was savate in France. So karate, when it went from Okinawa to Japan, lost a lot of its pieces, or had a lot of its pieces de-emphasized. Funakoshi, who was key in bringing them, obviously writes about throws and those things in his books, but in the actual transmission of karate, as it evolved in Japan, it became primarily a punch and kick art, and the joint locks, throws, submissions, kill moves, if you will, kind of got eliminated. And you can see that in modern, even what they call traditional karate tournaments, where it's pretty much punch, punch, kick kind of stuff. Even if it's roundhouse kicks and spinning hook kicks and what have you, it's still pretty much at this range. So before I get into the actual technique of Mae Geri Oisuki and Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki, the purpose is to understand distance and range. From day one in class, when I have kids line up and make sure they have space beside them and they're in a row, in a line, it's all about helping learn spatial awareness. To be able to judge by this point, by 7th kyu, to be able to stand in front of the bag and go, okay, I know in this stance, from this distance, my back leg can reach the bag, my front leg cannot, absent any other adjusted foot movement. Okay, so my hands can't reach. If I want my hands to reach, I have to move. But from here, I know instinctively, and have learned by this point, that this is the distance where I can bring my back foot up and reach the bag, but not my front foot from a static position. Can't reach my hand. I know if I move this much forward, now my front foot can reach, my hand can reach, my back foot, I get to the knee. I know instinctively from this distance, both hands comfortably reach, too close for a back leg kick, perfect for a front leg kick coming to the side or a side thrust kick. So I know this range. I know if I get closer, my elbows and both knees can easily reach, and if he had arms on him, this would be the range where I'm trapping arms, wrists, doing joint locks and holds. Then I get nose to bag, right? Sumo right in there, my face digging in his head and his chest. Now I know I can headbutt, elbow, knee, grapple, throw, move away, come in, right? I have all of, pretty much, even short punching, I pretty much have all my weapons at this range, not here, not here, not here. So I'm limited, less limited, less limited, unlimited, basically. Although my kicks now are only going to work down low if his legs were here, okay? So part of getting to the blue belt with a stripe is understanding range. And we start that with Mae Geri Oisuki. From the standard karate position, we can do it even static. Learn to kick and punch with the same side from our yoi or from our horse stance position. So I kick right leg, punch right hand. Kick left leg, punch left hand. Then I do the opposite. Kick right leg, oh, sorry, my right, I'm used to mirroring the students. Kick right leg, punch left, kick left, punch right. That is the essence or the foundation of Mae Geri Oizuki, front kick front punch, and Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki, front kick reverse punch. From the walking, Zenkutsudachi Gambarai prep position, from here standard karate to martial military, Mae Geri Oizuki, Mae Geri Oizuki, down the dojo, Mawate turn, and we would repeat. That's the first evolution from static to karate classical kata version movement. Same thing with the front kick reverse punch. Preparation, Mae Geri, Gyaku Zuki, I should have prepped my hand. Front kick reverse punch. The advantage of prepping the hand in the classic kata version is now I kick right where my hand is. I kick right where my hand is. So we have Mae Geri, Gyaku Zuki, and then Mawate and go back. So that's the basic first evolution, from standing to moving. Second evolution. Now we go from Zenkutsudachi, and from the side, from Zenkutsudachi, we soften the knee, we become a little more mobile, the hands become alive instead of static. So with live hands, I'm blocking, I'm dodging, right? I'm moving around a little bit, maybe switching my stance, block, bob, weave, knees are moving. So we're now in a more alive posture instead of standing. Hopefully, when we get into this live posture, and again, if you go to white belts, they tend to just kind of run around and cross their feet and go crazy. By this point, even though my knees are soft, I want to know that when I punch, I can drive that hip, straighten that back leg, boom, and throw the punch. Or drive that back leg, drop the knee, and drive the knee forward and throw my punch and get to a good position. So I don't want to go live fighting stance, live hand, until I'm sure that my static understanding of weight distribution, forward motion, hip rotation are solid. And you can go all the way back to my initial videos, vlog 1 through 25 or 30 or whatever, and I cover a lot of those concepts. So now we take Mae Geri Oizuki, where we're moving, my feet are alive, I'm not doing the tournament bounce, but my feet are alive, my hands are up, they're ready to block, defend. From here, Mae Geri Oizuki, and we're alive. Notice my Oizuki hits and comes back. It doesn't lock out. Again, Mae Geri Oizuki. Now, to make this a true Oizuki and not Kizamizuki, brief side trip. My punch needs to land slightly before my foot, or maybe right at the same time. If I kick, land, punch, I have some body rotation, but I've lost all of that forward, my whole body moving, which contributes strength to the strike. So I want to hit, punch, just slightly before or as my foot hits. I'm going to stomp, which you shouldn't do. The idea is to move more smoothly. If I'm stomping, energy's going down instead of forward. I want my energy forward. But I'm going to stomp so you can hear, and I'm not going to actually hit the bag. I'll throw the kick, then I'm going to hit the bag and stomp so you can hear that the punch is either exactly with or slightly ahead of the landing, as opposed to, and then I'll do it the other way, where I land first and punch, okay? So I kick, pretty much same time. I'm allowing my body momentum forward to contribute to the power of the strike. Done incorrectly, there's a difference, okay? It was interesting, Ed Parker, the old American Kempo system, the founder, said that he could test all of their fancy techniques with his eyes closed because he could tell by the sound if the rhythm was correct, the technique was correct. There's some validity to that, okay? But again, we don't want to stomp. I just use that for an example. We want to kick, punch, fluidly moving into the target, okay? That would be the last evolution, impact. But, so the third evolution is now I'm loose, I'm moving, Mae Geri Oisuki, Mae Geri Oisuki. If I land and then punch, it's called kizami, or a jab. If I punch and land at the same time, or punch slightly before the landing, that's oisuki. It's an important distinction in terms of generating power. A kizami-zuki is not typically a knockout blow, and oisuki should be, where my whole body is coming through, hitting, okay? And then secondly, in the same situation, Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki. We're loose, we're moving, Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki. Rotate through. Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki. Okay? And then we would move back. We'd work it side to side. And then lastly, as demonstrated. Now with the Gyaku Zuki, I can land before the punch because I want to land and be able to pivot to throw my punch. Okay? So, Mae Geri Gyaku Zuki with impact, which is the fourth evolution. Static, 1. First evolution, second evolution, oh, I lied, third evolution. I don't know, evolution or stage. First stage, third evolution. First stage, 0 evolution. Man, I'm mixing myself up. First stage, 0 evolution. First evolution, second stage. Third evolution. Third stage, second evolution. Anyway, you get the idea. Levels, okay? Next level up then is I'm working on the bag. And I'm putting my closing the distance together. Okay? And we work to impact. That's Mae Geri front kick to front punch, oisuki. Mae Geri front kick to reverse punch, Gyaku Zuki, in phases of learning for the 7th kyu blue belt level. Hopefully that wasn't too rambly. I don't script these, I just kind of teach it as I go, as the ideas come to my head of how I approach it. But in terms of the sequence, that is accurate to how I approach and teach those techniques. Please like, share, subscribe, make comments, ask questions, tell a good joke, share with your friends, and hopefully you enjoyed today's Seidokan Saturday. And until next week, as always, keep practicing.